Alright, today we are doing our spoiler talk for inFAMOUS. Before we begin, I want to ask you a couple questions. One, with the spoiler talks, I put them on my second channel, and usually with my review I link them for people who just, want that extra goodness or have already experienced the product, whatever it is. And sometimes, like with a game, I could talk for an hour about a game and still not, have everything I want to say. So basically, if you guys ever want me to delve more into something, just leave a comment and say so. It might not happen, but your comment could be the difference maker. It really could be. Another thing, with these spoiler talks, when they go on my second channel, a lot of time, if I don't think people won't be interested in a random spoiler talk or even a video that nobody else will really like but me, I'll just not notify my subscribers, all you guys, and I'll just put it up and no one will see it. That usually just works just because I want it to exist, but I don't necessarily want to put it out there like that. If you guys want all the spoiler talks to just fucking appear on the channel, then just say so. Again, that will make me do that. Until then, you might not see the spoiler talk because you'll never be like, oh, let me look at his channel and expect videos, because not a lot of people do that. That being said, let's just jump right into inFAMOUS. Goddamn. The game brought to us by the Sly Cooper people, and I fucking love Sly Cooper's one of my favorite PS2 series. It's way up there. Those are reviews for other days. That being said, this wasn't the first game I played in the series. The first game I played in the series was inFAMOUS Second Son for the PS4. It came out on my birthday, and I got PS4 and inFAMOUS Second Son for my birthday, and it was one of the greatest gifts ever. And it came at a time when I didn't really expect anything for my birthday, and that childhood oh, what am I getting for my birthday, something cool, that was really almost it was dead. But I felt just a kid again. I know the price of the gifts or what you expected doesn't matter, but sometimes it can, let's not lie to ourselves. And that was a time where I was damn, I got this game that came out today with this brand new system. I don't have the game or the system anymore. It has been sold. My brother sold it, which he had a right to because he bought half of the system alongside my mom. But that's besides the point. So I kind of already know. The only reason I would say not to play inFAMOUS Second Son is, I fucking love that game. But I would say play them in order, but I don't think it really matters too much. But there's a spoiler on the death of a character that I'm not 100% sure on, but I'm pretty sure that will happen in the next game, which I will play hopefully soon. So another background thing, I haven't played inFAMOUS 2 yet. That has yet to happen. But so that's my background for the game. I basically I think I made a video, and I just was excited about my PS3, and I had a stack of the games I bought, and inFAMOUS was in that pile. And I beat that game before Little Big Planet, Heavy Rain, God of War 3, all of these games I anticipated for so long. And I played inFAMOUS first. I didn't really expect that, but, I wanted, a simple, just... Sometimes I just want a simple action game that's linear, I can just get through it. And inFAMOUS is, it's a big sandbox game. It's linear. I like games like Saints Row 2 and stuff like that, where it's a big world, but you stay on mission. But so yeah, that's all the background stuff. I want to talk about what I did in the series or the game. Usually when I play a game for the first time, and you can be evil or good, like in this game, you can be a hero or you can be infamous. And I went the hero route. I usually go full Paragon or whatever the fuck in games, and unless I'm playing for a second time, in which case I go evil. But that's not always true, but it was in this case. I went hero. I feel I just like that better, and a lot of time it has more reward, so that's why I do that. And I don't just like feel like good about just killing random citizens. I feel good like even if they're just computer generated whatever the fucks, I enjoy healing them on the street and just just like doing missions for them and just it, like I don't know what happens if you play the evil route. I sometimes I don't like to delve into it. I think eventually I'll just know, like I'll see it online. I already looked at a Wikipedia page to get like some more information, and that already said like if you went infamous, the city will crumble, and if you went good, the city will basically start to rise again. Which there was like a commercial at the end of the game that was hinting at the city being rebuilt, and so that's very cool. So I went hero. All my choices were good. I let Trish die. I decided the doctors. I destroyed the sphere, and yeah, like basically any good choices, I went good. And yeah, that didn't. Trish dying, I would like to talk about that. She was it wasn't something that was like so unexpected, but it's never like a easy pill to swallow with stuff like that. And I knew either way that this character probably wouldn't be seen. She'd probably, if you decided to save her, probably just be like, fuck you, and like run away and never be seen again. Maybe, who knows, but it was a tough choice, but I still was just like, I'm the good guy, this is what I do. Same with the sphere. I was tempted. I was very tempted. I was like, more powers? Does that mean end game? I get more powers? What is going? But in the end, I just destroyed the sphere. And yeah, I think the big ray sphere I'm talking about, which there was a lot of hype behind this like object, and it was very comic book superhero-y, which the series went for. I'm going to jump into that a little bit later. I like to talk about the part with Zeke, his betrayal. Zeke, as a character, I really actually enjoyed his character. At first, he was like, this character is going to go nowhere. He's just an annoying sidekick guy, but they had like very like profound thoughts, or through this pretty idiotic character, he represented like just what people like really desire, and like I think just said something about the series. He was like an infamous character and did infamous things, but he was a hero by like what he thought himself as, which is kind of how a lot of people, I think all people are good and bad, but everyone sees themselves as good. They really do. And so does Zeke in a way. And his big betrayal, in the end, he thought he was like, he didn't think that would go the way it did. And he tries to help you in the end, and still he fucked up. And that's really just like, oh, I'm sure he'll be seen in Infamous 2, and I'm very excited to see where that goes. I also like that they didn't like, whenever Zeke and Cole fought, they weren't just like, I'm not talking to you, like, oh, my feelings. Zeke was actually very understandable when he was upset. Cole, a little bit less, but he has reasons to be. They had a very good relationship, probably the best relationship in this entire game. And I very much enjoyed their friendship. And I was pretty surprised by Zeke. Let's talk about boss battles. There was pretty much a sort of boss leader person for each group. The second guy, who was leader, is the Dustman. I just liked the first and third one. The first being I'm just talking about Sasha, who I'm pretty sure is the leader of the one gang group. I'm forgetting their name, but and then Kessler, obviously, because of spoiler talk, I can say, who ended up being Cole in the future, gone back into. Oh, I can't wait to talk. I'm gonna talk about that in a second, but I have a list and I'm going in order. Next in the order is the ending. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about Kessler. Kessler, oh my god, because I thought he's like a very antagonistic and very traditional bad guy, so I wasn't expecting much of him, but it's like, he killed your girlfriend, and sometimes that's just enough. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll kill this guy happily ever after. And then they gave him this huge backstory. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He was Cole in the future, and Cole goes back in time to basically uh, like make things like better, and he even because Trish, he knows like what happens with her, and that it won't work out, even though he married her, and Zeke was his best man. It was just, oh my god, it was great just to like, oh my god, there's a reality where this happened, which is so cool. And so he basically rigged things to happen, and he's trying to make Cole basically like what he couldn't be. And yeah, I like, that's a very like cool thing. And he had like very futuristic powers, so it's almost like, god damn, like he's like, is that what Cole can do in the future? Like that's cool. But then again, he was old as fuck, so I probably, in Infamous too, I doubt you can do any of the shit he can do. And yeah, the ending like really took me off guard. They hinted at a second season, or it's not second season, second game, which obviously happened. So I'm very excited to do that. Oh, I'm very actually pumped. Like, I thought I'd just like I can play Infamous 2 whenever, but no, after this I'm like, no, I need to play it. I'm gonna review it. I'll have back-to-back Infamous reviews. I don't fucking care. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty hype, you guys. I want to talk about the style of the game. It took on a lot of the cutscenes, like very important cutscenes. It would like, right when it's about to get good, it would cut to this comic book style, and a lot of games do that. Like Mirror's Edge wasn't really a game like, oh yeah, it would do that, but it did. Other games like I just like Sly Cooper. It has that like very cutscene-y thing where it's like animated and like almost comic booky, and I enjoyed it in this game because this was very like superhero-y and very, I like this game. It felt like a comic book like that I just like find in the back of like some book aisle, and like, oh, I don't know what this is, and it's like cool story, not like super groundbreaking shit or anything, but it's that type of book. And it's like, I very much enjoyed the game, and it did so. I like that Sucker Punch is like, this has this like comic book that it likes, and it makes me want to read comic books so much more. I'd like to talk about the setting. It takes place in some fictional New York City, which in Second Son that took place in like Seattle, so whatever. I'm not judging. And there was basically 3 districts. I liked that really helped the pace, because like a long time you're just in the first district, then you go to the second, and then eventually the third, and by the time you get to the second there's a third one. That's very, it helped even the thing out. It gave a bigger sense of open world, and like even though it was pretty desolate and destroyed and just fucked up everywhere, especially after Zeke blew up everyone, which again, Zeke, like, what are you doing, man? But yeah, the setting, I remember seeing a review for Second Son, and this was complaining, it was like, a lot of it's just the fucking same, and I can agree with that too, that a lot of the setting in Infamous is just the same, with little to break it apart. And so, yeah, like, after I beat the game, I did finish the side missions. I wasn't, like, gearing to, like, just explore. It wasn't, like, Skyrim or anything. I was like, no, this world is so beautiful and, like, vast and different. I have to just keep exploring. It was just, like, I've seen everything. And after I beat the game, I've seen everything. So, not that the setting is, like, so disappointing, but when open world games to me, like, really stand out is when you go to a mission, and that mission, even though it's an open world, is designed specifically for that mission. A lot of games, they'll make like a open world game, and they'll just be like, they'll have the world, and then there's like, oh yeah, this mission will take place in random location. But really good games will make that area designed for that mission, and you can go to it whenever you want afterwards. I wish we could see more of that in this. real quick, want to round out the characters. Talk about Cole. I'm gonna make a joke in the review that he's kind of just like the standard Kratos, the guy from the darkness, and like so many of these just grumpy buff dudes who like lose their family members and like are betrayed and they're getting the redemption and just like they're so moody and just like shit talking like don't talk to me, I'm moody, there's a lot of them in video games. Because this came out like I forget the year. I don't usually I know that stuff by heart, but like I haven't like looked too much into this game outside of the game itself. It was earlier years. They started on this right after Sly 3, so it had to be a pretty good while ago. So, and I think a lot of games like in that era, like time frame from like 2007 to like 10 were just like this random like not professional people writing the stories, and an average person can probably write a like decent enough story, but a lot of the characters and sometimes there's just like plot holes and like randomness, and a lot of times they're even better than the people who are good at making stories, like just like people like JRPGs and shit like that. But Cole, he worked. Like I didn't. His character works for this game. Like his moodiness, and I understand like when you have to be good or bad, like that. You have to have like lines that would fit a good person or a bad person. And then there's games like Mass Effect though, where I'm like they had two options and they just made it work.